Hi, my name is Abrar Darwish and I'm a speech and language therapist and the director here at Little Village Center. Today, I wanted to talk about attention skills and why that's important in your child's development. What is attention skills? Attention is the child's ability to stay focused on an activity presented to him, to be able to shift his attention from the activity to the therapist or adult working with him and then back to the activity again without getting distracted by his surroundings. Now, why is it important for us to develop your child's attention skills? But before we get into that, let's talk about what's normal. A child between the ages of 3 and 5 should be able to stay focused between 15 to around 25 to 30 minutes. Keep in mind, this is a spectrum, so it does differ between one child and another. Why is it important to develop your child's attention skills? Well, think of it this way. Your child's attention skills are the key component that helps support your child's communication. If your child cannot stay focused on the person or the activity presented to him, then he will really struggle with gaining the vocabulary and the concepts he needs to be able to make progress with his communication, language skills. So it's really important that the child is able to stay focused and attentive to be able to gain the knowledge he needs. Lots of children that come here to Little Village Center generally have attention skills that are much lower than what is expected for their age, and we work on developing those skills so that they get to a point where they can become independent and stay focused without extra support or verbal prompts. Now, how can you support your child at home? Well, there's a few things that you can do. The first thing is you need to make sure that you come down to your child's level. Make sure you establish eye contact and you're looking him straight in the eye when you're giving an instruction. This encourages that your child stays focused with what you're saying and does not get distracted with something else. Imagine if a child had to look up, that would make it really difficult for him to stay focused because he will get distracted very easily with what's happening around him. So come down to his level, look him in the eye and give him the instruction that you want. Second thing you can do is make sure that you have a structured routine. Children thrive when they're on a routine. They know what comes next and what happens before that, and they know what to expect. And when they have that structure, then they are more inclined to stay focused with what's happening without getting distracted and bored, basically. So they stay focused and they know that this activity is going to end soon, and after that we're going to have something else, and they'll know what's coming next. The other thing is, when you're working with your child at home, have a close-ended activity. What a close-ended activity is it's an activity that has a clear start and a clear end. An example of an activity that's not close-ended would be something like Play-Doh or blocks. You can sit and play with that for a very long time. So your child will not be sure as to when this activity is going to get finished or when it's going to end, and will be inclined to get distracted with what's happening and just lose interest. Activities such as puzzles or activities that have a clear ending are more inclined to help your child stay focused and attend to what's happening. Make sure you mix and match your activities, and if you are going to choose an open-ended activity to develop your child's attention skills, then you need to make sure you outline to the child when you're going to stop. So for example, if you're going to use blocks, tell the child we're going to build 5 blocks and then we're going to stop. That way you're changing an activity from an open-ended activity to a closed activity, and that the child knows what happens and when the activity is going to end. Another thing that you need to keep in mind is the language you use when you're communicating with your child. Use a language that is appropriate for their age. Using long sentences will just get them distracted and they won't be focusing on what you're saying because it's too difficult for them to understand. Use short sentences with clear words that is at your child's level. This will encourage and support your child and will help them stay focused on what's happening, as well as help their communication skills. And finally, screen time. You need to make sure that you reduce the number of hours your child is sitting in front of a screen, whether it's TV, telephone, or tablet. Although lots of parents say, well, my child can sit for hours in front of the TV, so his attention skills are good. Well, actually, it's the contrary. If your child is sitting in front of the TV for hours, this means that we're decreasing his ability to stay attentive in other activities, because watching TV or watching the iPad is a single-channeled activity. There are no exchanges and there's no back and forth conversation, and this automatically reduces your child's attention. If you have any concerns or you feel your child's attention skills are much lower than where they need to be for his age, you're welcome to visit us here at Little Village, and we can put together an individual education plan that will help support your child's attention skills and communication. Thank you.